All right, special episode of the Bernie Dyke podcast. I'm here with Boback Bang Biscuits, my buddy Bob Ackerman. It is St. Patty's Day, and cheers to that, man. No
Salute.
driving today, right?
Absolutely not. Took an Uber over here, reasonably priced at $400 because
Yeah.
it's St. Patty's Day.
Yep, financing them.
Cheaper than a DUI. I'll drink to that.
No kidding, man. Do they have an interest rate thing on there? You just get to pick what rate you want to pay it at, like monthly, weekly?
No, but he did respond to the Bernie Dyke podcast. I gave him some information. He Googled it, and he is now a follower.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Can I say something about your outfit?
You like this?
It's amazing. It's green. You got a Celtics green hat on.
Got the green Kyries
I'm not
on
sure
today.
if you can catch the perfect shoes you got out of your Imelda Marcos closet of.
These were from my dad last year on my birthday.
Oh, much respect for Dad on that. Yeah, very good. Wow, and a size 6, hard to find.
Yeah, I had to shop at the Baby Gap for this. I'm trying to get stuff to make me look buff. But when you come around with that Beatles shirt that's completely stretched into a cockroach, it makes me kind of a little self-conscious, like I got to do better. So
Well, you look hungry, and I look fat.
the best thing about your shirt, especially the Beatles one, is like now that's coming back into style, like the completely washed out, trashed, smells kind of funny. Looks like you got it at Goodwill.
I didn't. This. Whoa.
Is it new?
No, I've actually washed this out. I said washed this out a lot of times, so it's not. I didn't buy it that way. It's just worn.
That's beautiful.
I got this in the 70s.
What a time to be alive.
It was a great time.
How's that stack up to now? How old were you in the 70s?
Well, I was a teenager. I became a teenager in 1979.
Oh, so it was really the 80s is when you got to experience.
But I grew up as, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, all in the 70s. And seventh grade, it was the late 70s. Disco was going on strong and rock was coming back. And yeah,
T-tops. And
we don't want to go there right now. Let's just
big old birds on the front of cars and stuff. Jean jackets.
I remember driving across the country to move to Arizona in 1978 with my mom and my 4 sisters in a 1974 Dodge Dart. Only 4 years old, new for us. But if you've seen a 1974 Dodge Dart, pack 5 kids in there and a woman, and who smokes like a chimney.
That's why you guys all got that great rasp to your voice. You don't even smoke.
It was a different time. I remember putting a towel over my legs because I had to ride shotgun in the front seat next to Mom, who was smoking like a chimney, putting the cigarettes out, but the ashes would start falling on my legs and burning me as a child.
So really she used you as the ashtray.
My legs still.
That's where the character comes from.
And we didn't complain. We enjoyed it.
I always wondered what those little burn marks were all over your arms and stuff. You were a good kid, though.
You didn't seem to notice the ones under my inner thighs recently.
What you and your ex-girlfriend, I'm not even going to say any names because I'm scared that if she's listening, I'm going to get in trouble there, too. Am I allowed to say names?
No.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, moving along. Great hat, great cup. Happy St. Patrick's Day, my friend.
Oh, happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Hey, I thought about this last week. We talked about, I wanted to talk about recent stuff, maybe go over a few videos that I was on my Facebook. And it's not really your thing. You're not a big social media guy. Even though you did a great job this week, I'm going to give you that. You did. You were posting stuff, and I don't think anybody understood I understood all of it. But
Thank you.
Crystal brought to my attention that you are kind of up on some stuff. And one of the things, you turn your seat around at home and flip it around for The Voice.
Absolutely. And we have one more night left of The Voice, which is Monday night, the live blinds. And I have one spot left on my team. I'm looking for a soulful rock singer.
You want to come over here and watch it and we'll film it? All the rides are on me.
Well, I'm uncomfortable sharing something with you about this. I watch it nude.
So do I.
I'm in.
Yay!
All right, I'm in. All right.
Happy St. Patty's
That
Day.
takes the uncomfortableness. Hey, speaking of St. Patty's Day, Bernie, can I ask you, have you heard about Flanagan and Murphy?
No, I have not.
Oh, my goodness. Good old blokes.
Blokes.
That's Dublin, Ireland word for blokes.
Blokes.
Friends. A couple of good old blokes over there in Dublin, don't you know? Their only job, Flanagan and Murphy, was to keep an eye on the big vat of Guinness at the plant. It's a St. Patrick's Day story that will live in infamy. One day, Murphy is sitting on top of the vat. Falls in. Met a terrible demise, Bernie. Next day, Flanagan is in front of a judge trying to explain what happened. The judge says, tell me, Flanagan, did Murphy suffer? He goes, no, he got out twice to use the restroom.
Well, good, thank you, Murphy, for not pissing in the beer.
St. Patrick's Day joke.
That's a great joke.
You got one?
No.
Like a pirate joke? Do you have one St. Patrick's Day joke?
I will admit that I shared your pirate joke.
Do you have a St. Patrick's Day joke?
No, I didn't think. That's the one thing I probably should have done was come up with a couple jokes for you.
I like putting them on the spot.
Yeah, you always do that to me. You actually had a great topic that I definitely wanted to get into, and it's not surprising to me because us white people are just terrible sometimes, and it's the little scandal. Do you wanna read?
Oh, the white privilege?
Yeah.
As the people call white privilege. The whole idea of getting into college, which you don't deserve because your parents are rich and you bribe people, it's not new to most of America. However, well, it's pretty impressive how the elite left liberal Hollywood society who thinks everybody sucks is now admitting that they just pay their way into everything.
Not only just that, but then it's one thing to pay your way into everything and then just shut up. But to be out there like criticizing poor people and people using the system for what it's supposed to be used for, and then to turn around and find out. And then the daughter says she doesn't even want to be in school. Like, no problem, sweetheart. They're kicking you the fuck out anyway. Don't even worry
she has
about it.
Way more viewers than we do right now. She's already a self-made YouTube star. But I think she's been actually removed from USC because she has. She's been removed because she was actually on the boat of the USC president's son or something when the story broke, and she had to come back home, and because mom just got out of jail, posted $1 million. Mom married a Massimo.
Do you think that maybe...
You have any Massimo in your closet?
I don't even know what that is.
The designer, the 80s designer, Massimo.
Oh, no, I don't. But I wouldn't mind having some.
Well, that's who is the father in
I
this.
thought that was Monsanto or something.
Massimo. Not related to Luca Tolucci, because that sounds Italian.
Yeah, watch yourself.
Anyway.
That's crazy, though. I mean, we got to do a scandal.
What have you ever paid for that got you into some place you're not supposed to be? What have you ever done? You ever greased a palm? We're not that rich we can give $500,000 to get somebody into somewhere. What'd you do? Did you here's $100, let me get a good table with my wife? Did you ever?
The cruise ship. The cruise ship, I made some friends with the bartenders, and by making friends, I meant mostly when I'd start the night, I'd walk up and hand the guy that I wanted to get my drinks from for the night a 50 and be like, hey. And we had an unlimited drink card, so typically those guys are the pricks that don't tip. They just swipe their card and walk away with 3 drinks in their hand.
So you are...
So I would start with a 50, and I would always tip them after all our drinks. And even some of the prettiest girls on the boat didn't understand why when I would walk by, the bartender would stop and be like,
what do you need?
Yeah, exactly. So stuff like that. I think I learned my etiquette early, and going into New York a lot, you have to tip. I'm sure you were down in New York, being in Jersey and stuff like that. You have to. If you're going to go in elevators and stuff, you don't have to, but if you're going to be using it, like when I move furniture down there, you're using the stuff frequently. You got to tip people or your stuff's going to get messed with.
Of course, the old, grease the palm, but, not thinking on the large scale of
I don't have that much
cheating.
Money. I don't have that kind of money. I know because I'm born in New Hampshire. You just assume.
I'm out of here. You don't?
Yeah, get him out of here. Okay, get him out of here. He's got little hands anyway. He's got these little hands.
My nose is itching, and I really don't want to... I think it's a lot of allergies.
It's that new experiment. Well, the new cocaine experiment that you were doing with the DE. You probably use too much DE.
Well, I've been doing a lot of research for the Bernie Dyke Show. I've been doing different drugs to see the feedback, and I've also gotten a couple massages. I mean, a lot of research.
The baby aspirin's the worst.
I hate taking baby aspirin. It makes me feel guilty that there's a baby somewhere with a headache.
That's
The baby with a headache, you know. I mean, why am I taking the baby aspirin? There's a
keeping
baby
your
with a migraine. It's terrible.
keeping your degenerate ass alive,
Yes.
so you don't have a heart attack.
Well, Bernie, I got 10 questions for you, and they're going to be really quick. It's a rapid fire, and you're just going to answer one or two, and then we'll give the results later of what you responded to. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, bringing them on.
Okay. Rapid fire. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Frosted Flakes or Fruit Loops?
Fruit Loops.
Beer or whiskey?
Beer.
Quicker, please.
Sorry.
This one doesn't apply to you. Cream rinse or conditioner?
Say that again? Sorry.
Cream rinse or conditioner? Doesn't really apply to you.
What the fuck is cream rinse?
Okay, next question. Scrambled or over easy?
Scrambled.
Pudding or jello?
Pudding.
Blondes or brunettes?
Brunettes.
Hunting or fishing?
Hunting.
John Denver or John Lennon?
Denver.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Bagels or English muffins?
Oh, bagels. Get out of here.
Bullshit. All right, English muffins, the nooks and the crannies. But anyway, I'll get the results back to you next week.
I feel like I'm eating your face when I eat the nooks and the crannies of the English muffin. That's why I don't eat them anymore.
I would ask that the listeners respond to those same questions and see how you matched up with Bernie Dyke.
Hey, thank you very much. People actually asked me a lot of questions this week about you, which was really crazy because I was like, I didn't think anybody cared, but apparently enough people listened that they want to know who in the hell is Bob Ackerman. So, I mean, obviously we don't need to burn up an hour over here, but they want to know who you are, where you came from, and how the hell you met me. So, please.
Well, I was born in a box behind a Walgreens in 1966 in New Jersey. My father left me the minute he looked at me and said, "You are in a box behind Walgreens, and I don't want any part of you."
He probably had a kid at CVS in a nicer box.
He did. And rest in peace, Robert Ackerman, whatever. Moving along, this just got dark. I am, what was the question again?
No, they just wanted to know, like, kind of, who are
questions.
you? Who are you?
Well,
You know,
I'm Bob Ackerman.
You're Bob Ackerman.
Robert Ackerman.
What you did out here, you got a couple kids. You got 4 kids, right?
I do have 4 children. I am, they're all adults and doing well. And, you know, you never get done being a dad, no matter how old they are. Worked 20 years as a disc jockey.
Mm-hmm.
Graduated the Connecticut School of Broadcasting in 1985 in Stratford, Connecticut. And moved on to the great strip club in the sky, where I worked and made a good living for myself. I met you at Pool Water Products.
Mm-hmm.
And we hit it off immediately because you were crazy.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
And educated and smart and witty and fast and quick and a good friend, back somebody up to the end of the day if something happens, and that's why we hit it off, and that's who I am. I'm a family man who's got his kids. I know a lot of your friends don't know me, but they should trust you that you know me enough to put me on the show.
Trust me, man. Everybody hits walls when you go to work, and I'd been at a place where nothing against the place. It took care of me. It helped me buy this house, and by all means, they did a lot for me, just like I did a lot for them. But you always hit those walls where you get frustrated, and a person at work can change that. You can, just have a person at work that can make the whole day go by, be fun. As some of the people saw the videos that we posted of us dancing in the office, that was an every single day. Like,
yes,
if they would have had cameras in that place, which I'm fucking super surprised they didn't.
Thank God. Thank God today they still don't have those.
Some of the shit we used to do it was hilarious. At any moment, if you caught us, we were having fun. And one of the things that really I was intrigued about when I met you is the fact that you were very interested in broadcasting. That was your dream. And I kind of wanted to know why. Why did you want to do it? Is it just because you like to talk? Is it because you enjoy being funny? I mean,
I was inspired by radio. I remember growing up as a child. Mom, 4 sisters, single parent, lights off, 8 o'clock, whatever it was, at 5, 7, 10 years old in my bedroom. I would secretly hide a little transistor radio under my pillow, and I would turn on the AM radio, and I would listen to these people talking on the radio. And sometimes I could get North Carolina. I mean, it'd be nighttime in Jersey, and the antenna would skip. I would listen to different programs where they're talking about different subjects. I would find these weird things, like they used to do soap operas on the air in the 70s. Like you would hear like, Charles, what are you doing here? And you hear a door slam. Gloria. And I was intrigued by the media of listening. It was under my pillow, and if my mom caught me, I'd be in trouble because it's lights out, bedtime. So I got involved in listening to the word of the radio. I get it now. It's all podcasts. It's kind of hasn't jumped the shark. There's still radio.
It's just a different name. It's a different platform.
Right. That's how I always got interested in it. And I remember my grandmother, salt to the earth, rest in peace, Alice Collins, said, Bob, you graduated high school. I will pay for your college, whatever you want to do. I got it paid for. I could have been a doctor, a lawyer, anything. I said, I want to be a disc jockey. Can I get into the Connecticut School of Broadcasting? Very prestigious back then. Mm-hmm. And, $5,000 later, 8 months, an FCC license, and let's go work in a strip club.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the part that got me was the same kind of thing for me. I wanted to make music. As soon as I was in high school, I knew it. Crystal actually tested me the other day, and she put on an old school rap from 70s all the way up to 90s, because that's when it started, was in the 70s. We had this discussion before. And maybe 3 or 4 stumped me. And it was literally within the first few bars of the beat, I could tell you what the song was and who it was. And she was shocked that I could do it. But in my house, that's what we did. We didn't really watch TV a lot of time. We played music. My mom had old records. She had old CDs. We listened to a lot of soul, a lot of R&B, a lot of funk. And, unfortunately for me, when I grew up and wanted to be a black musician, it didn't really work out for me being white and pasty. So,
but you're still not a musician. So you're not black or a musician.
Neither one. It just, I guess I didn't follow my dreams. I was going to go to school. I just knew that I struggled in high school, and I knew that going to that college and having nobody to watch over me and force me to do the right things, I wasn't ready at the time. And instead I went to work, man, and now I'm here and I'm getting the equipment to play around. So it didn't get to be music, but I did get to talking to a mic.
Well, you know what? It sounds like neither one of us really did what we had in our hearts in the beginning, but I personally, without going to the strip club or whatever, where I met my wife at the time and have beautiful children right now, I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I do not keep track of my regrets. Period. I don't regret. It's my life. I'm living it. I've left a trail of 4 children that know their dad, call their dad. I talk to them all the time, connected with them, unlike what I grew up with, which I brought along most of my life, just dragging this bag of I'm not good enough and mental no. That's right, folks. I was kind of crazy at one time.
Yeah, I watched when you reached back out, so I saw a progression there where the coolest part about that was seeing you realize how good you did, how you were taking care of your kids, and how you didn't really care after you did what you had to do. You talked to your dad, you did whatever. The biggest focus I saw in your eyes was your son was doing better. He was about to adopt. I don't want to take all the glory over there, but that to me was awesome. Yeah. Watching him adopt a kid that at the time they weren't even thinking about it. That was a loving move. That showed that Bobby had a lot of love in his heart. Didn't matter what it was. He looked completely past it to see love, which he got from you, man. And that, I feel the same way about my dad and my mom. Dude, I was crazy growing up. I did a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of crazy things have happened to me. You know a lot of my story. But you see me. Dude, if I got $15 in my pocket and you need it more than me, I'm going to give you the $15.
I need $15 right
I got 5 for you. So,
that's all you got?
That's all I got.
I need 15 to get home. I took an Uber here. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Crystal asked if the bus ran home today.
Are you serious?
I told her the bus doesn't run on the weekend. He doesn't take the bus anymore.
Take the bus anymore?
That was a darker time.
That was rude. All right, I'll get my own Uber.
We got Uber today.
I'll use the Bernie Dyke podcast credit card.
Actually, there's going to be one here pretty soon.
Is there really?
There actually is one. Didn't I show it to you last week?
I need to have a drink.
The Cash App card. That's what I'm not sponsored by Cash App, but I'd love to be sponsored by Cash App.
Let me tell you who is sponsored by Cash App. Every one of my children.
And me. I'm his 5th child, believe it or not. And this is why I know Bob doesn't worry about his regrets or pay attention to him. Because if he did, he'd have stopped fucking gambling with me a long time ago. He financed this whole fucking studio, guys.
As long as Tom Brady is breathing, I will keep financing this place. But
I swear to God, I wish I was lying. He's beat me on a few, but for some weird reason, I almost feel that he does treat me as like one of his kids and feels bad. Like I never gave him an allowance, so I guess I'll let him win this bet. Because I tend to beat you a lot. Okay,
you're not my kid, all right? We've already looked at this thing. Me and your mom. I love your mom, by the way.
The 23andMe hasn't come back yet. We're still doing... Maury hasn't responded to the... Oh. He doesn't want to respond to the email because he's scared you're going to take over his show and Jerry's at the same time. Well, before you go out...
Like that word, fodder?
I don't know what that... You have a few words I've gone back over and I'm like, what did he just say to me?
Fodder.
I'm like, is he... There's a TH. What are you, Irish?
No, not father.
I'm your father.
No, fodder. 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 Spelling Bee Championship. Fodder.
I don't think you're right.
Fodder. It's not show fodder.
What does it mean? Give me a definition.
Fodder?
Mm-hmm.
Content. Interesting. Something people need to know.
So the last thing you want to hear about is fodder with your daughter?
Leave my daughters out of it. Which daughter are we talking about? I got 3.
I've never met any of them.
Shayla, you'll meet her. Maybe she'll be a guest. Yeah, well, not a guest. Hey. She can run cameras.
I would. Yeah, I've never met any of your daughters.
Let's stay
like briefly and like in a passing when you guys were leaving one time. But I tried to stay away from your kids because I would like to meet Bobby someday though.
You have not met my son?
No, because when he was down here, I didn't get a chance to meet him, and then he moved up north, and I always forget. And I don't want to be that creepy dude that like goes in while he's working and be like, "Hey, I know your dad." Like, and especially coming from a guy that's his age, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?"
Bullshit. You go into Flagstaff, Arizona. You walk up to the counter and say, "Is Bobby Ackerman here?" And then when he shows up, and by the way, big strap.
I know he's a big dude. That's why I'm being careful what I say.
And goes by the name of Bobby. All right, so it doesn't, yeah. Okay. You say, "Hey, I'm Keegan."
Oh, I know he's going to know.
Your dad's friend.
He's going to know who I am,
and he'll say, "What do you want on the menu?" Freddy's Frozen Custard at Flagstaff has got you covered. Thank you. Get doubles. Get doubles.
Get doubles.
Doubles.
Dude, I ate so
many. I like
many...
fucking with your, oh, yeah.
Just don't go over 16.
Get a lot of editing to do tonight.
Dude, I ate so many burgers last week.
I can tell. Look at your
no, seriously.
You look like an Ethiopian.
I lost weight. I ate 3 burgers and 2 hot dogs. And
Did you lose it here? Because I seem to have got it.
Yeah, I don't have a gut like that. Jesus, don't. We have 5 viewers left, Bob. Don't scare them off.
But this will be a great example of the fitness challenge.
I'm going to go live for a minute.
No.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm going to go live before you leave.
Oh, this is going to be embarrassing to all my friends.
Let's go on the Bernie Dyke podcast page and go live real fast. We're going to publish a live video. I keep saying it.
Feeling good right now. That's why I'm getting asked to leave Facebook.
Yeah, well, it's because you don't post all up until you finish the entire bottle, and then you decide, hey, this is a great time to post something on Facebook.
And apparently I paste and post.
Or you run a whole joke through your entire head and then just post a punchline, and it's a fucking brass punchline, except there's no content to go with the punchline, so people are like, why'd you say that, Bob? And you're like, get off my lawn.
Hey, have you seen the article in the new Reader's Digest that I just got?
I can't even read. How the fuck do you think? Does it have pictures in it?
The Reader's Digest.
Dude.
I get my monthly subscription. Have you read that one yet?
You know what my next question this week is?
This is why we don't get along.
How old is Bob Ackerman? Because my friends probably don't do math either. So you said 79. You were going into high school.
Currently I'm 53 this life. But with my
mom doesn't read the fucking Reader's Digest. What are you doing reading the Reader's Digest?
First of all,
do you pay for that?
I deny that your mom does not read it. She does.
You send her your used copies with like a little note, like what you thought of the page.
Sure, absolutely.
Ingrid, I really thought you'd like this journal.
And by the way, again, since we're back to reading stuff, what about that Farmer's Almanac forecast for this year, huh? Wow. Huh?
Oh,
Look at the way
I feel
the summer's
I feel
looking.
like 3 wrinkles just grew on my face just
The
listening to your
Farmer's
shit.
Almanac. You don't have that either?
No. Is that an app?
It's a book that comes out yearly. The Farmer's Almanac. When you plant your crops, you know what the season's going to be like.
Is your cologne death? Like, what is... You are the oldest person I know.
I don't wear cologne.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just the smell of your aging skin. It's death.
Okay.
Rotting carcass.
That sucks. All right, well,
I'm just kidding. He smells like Axe body spray and lots of hair gel.
Drinking holidays.
So drinking holidays are fucking... What? I mean, you got...
Drinking holidays. You know, Jeopardy. You could like do drinking holidays. Name them. Let's start naming drinking holidays.
Your birthday.
Your birthday.
You weren't ready for that, huh?
Yeah, your birthday is a drinking holiday. St. Patrick's Day.
Mardi Gras.
Cinco de Mayo.
Thanksgiving.
Christmas.
Fucking Easter. To you, Jesus.
Salute.
Salute to Jesus.
My family.
Fucking guy is a great guy.
Arbor Day.
Oh.
Arbor Day. Drink 'em up, bub. It's Arbor Day. Do you know when Arbor Day is? For a $5,000 donation to the Bernie Dyke Foundation. When is Arbor Day?
Oh, wait. You asked two. That's 2 different questions.
When is Arbor Day for a $5,000 donation?
I don't know.
We'll just guess the month first.
April. May.
All right, never mind. He's not planting a
Is
tree.
it about trees? Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, moving along. That's a drinking holiday in my
Oh, come
family.
on. You know I didn't just like go off of what you said right there. There's no way I could have kept up that fast.
Who doesn't get drunk on fucking Arbor Day?
I was just about to say Arbor Day, but I was going to call it Earth Day.
And
Is
you
that
can't
the
even
same
name the
thing?
month.
Is it the same thing?
The month. No, it's not the These kids nowadays.
Shout out to all the grandmas out there. Mine's fancier than yours. Her name is Mimi. Mimi.
I got a shout out to all the grandmas out there too. I'm available.
Hey.
I also have ADD. And
Yours is the lame one. Mine's got the extra little sprinkle on it.
ADD?
No.
You've been told
H.
you have attention deficit disorder. David.
Hyperactive. Mine's better than yours.
You have an attention deficit disorder.
There's cocaine, and then there's crack.
Proven. We're not talking about that.
I got the good stuff.
Do you have an attention deficit disorder?
Huh?
When's
Yeah.
Arbor Day? What month is Arbor Day? Last chance. No.
When is Arbor Day?
I'm going to go with September.
Arbor Day is on Friday, April 26th, 2019.
Wait a minute. Didn't I say April was the first thing I said?
No.
Yes, it was.
And by the way-
Hey! Huh?
Huh?
When's Arbor Day, Bob?
I have.
April 26th on 2019.
Yeah. When's Flag Day? Because we drink on that day too. No, you tell me.
When is Flag Day, Siri?
June 15th.
Flag Day is on Friday, June 14th,
Oh.
2019.
This is what happens when you get old, everybody. You think you know what you're talking about, but you have no idea.
When's Groundhog Day? Another drinking holiday. Groundhog Day. Who doesn't get fucking drunk on Groundhog Day?
Me?
Okay, when is it? No. Are you serious?
You don't know it.
Absolutely. Everybody in America knows it. Are you being serious?
Our dogs know it, apparently.
Do you know it?
No. There's certain things are lost upon us.
Facebook friends. Obviously, you all know it's February 2nd. Punxsutawney Phil.
When's Groundhog's Day?
What happened to him?
Groundhog Day is on
Okay, hey.
What happened to him? Everybody in America knows when.
Nobody knows
Bill
that.
Murray made a movie out of it. The love of God.
Hey.
Hey.
Nobody's messing with my click.
All right. Well, that was another drinking holiday. I like to get drunk on Groundhog Day.
What were the drinking games when you were a kid? What did you guys used to play?
Quarters.
Oh my God. What's the craziest thing you ever woke up and didn't remember you did? But you just like woke up drunk the next day and you were like, and you ever woke up and knew some shit happened? Like you had that pit in your stomach? Like, you know when you did something wrong and you're like,
that's
you
every
wake up
day.
and you're like,
That's every day, bro.
You wake up and you're like, what did I do last night?
That's like 3 times a week, actually, Keegan. But
that's why you shouldn't. That's why you don't have Facebook anymore, and you hid your own email. You got sick and tired of waking up 5 days a week like that. You're like, I keep posting shit.
I'm not social media savvy and cool, and I think
that's what makes you cooler, though, is that you just say the shit you're thinking, and everybody else is trying to be PC.
But not on Facebook, because Facebook. I'm only on Facebook because you told me it's good for the show. That's why I'm on that.
That look you just made right there is that look the dog makes right before he bites you.
That's why I'm on Facebook. Well, I'm already getting bit by people. They're like, "What did you just?" My daughter thought I was at the Betty Ford clinic. I mean, I
feel like I should be able to, like if you try to post on our webpage on the Bernie Dyke podcast, I have to approve.
You defriended me.
No, I didn't.
The Bernie Dyke show defriended me.
Not yet. Oh my God! Do you remember the time? So, two bugs in general, you get away with murder. A mosquito and a bee. If a bee lands on you or a mosquito lands on you, you open the floodgate to allow anybody to hit you as hard as you want. And when I said this, people questioned me and they said, you're not right. So I took a dead mosquito, and at the time we had a lot of water at the back of the building, so the mosquito looked like a goddamn hummingbird. It was so big. And it killed it. But I kept it in my palm. And then I hit one of our employees as hard as I could in the chest and screamed, a mosquito, and knocked him clean onto his ass. And you remember this because it was right in front of your desk. I cold cocked Aaron right in the chest. It smeared dead mosquito all across his chest. There was blood and everything. And he looked right up to me and looked at me and said, what the fuck? And I said, bro, saved your life. There was a mosquito on you.
I remember that.
And he fucking thanked me, and you guys didn't think he was gonna. He thanked me for doing it.
Can I interject now that you're bringing up this memory? That one, of course, but this was a recurring thing with Keegan, Bernie Dyke. He would there's a fly. There's a fly on your head. All right, so it'd be an honor that he's like getting ready to cream the crap out of that. But it's not just a mosquito on this one person. This is his thing. And there would actually be a fly on you, but I don't need you to punch me in the face to get the fly off me. So anyway, how'd that work out for you?
Hey, he thanked me, like I said. And same thing with a bee. If you ever really want to hit somebody you don't like, get a bee that's dead, put it in your hand, and fucking smoke that person with everything you got. And when they look down and see the dead bee, I promise they're going to thank you. You're going to get to hit them, and they're going to thank you. You're not going to get an assault charge. Well, I'm teaching you life lessons right now.
If you've got a bee on one arm and a mosquito on the other arm, and you can only
kick
kill
them
one,
right in the fucking chest. Don't even Sparta.
You personally have a bee land on your arm and which one are you going to kill first?
Mosquito.
Me too, but unless you're allergic to bees, obviously. Boom. I know people who are allergic to bees. That's not good.
Yeah, but then you get to hit that epinephrine shot. You never hit one of them? Me neither.
Allergic? The EpiPen?
Yeah.
It doesn't always work, bro.
I know. That's why you got to hit 2.
Sometimes 3. Too late.
Most of this podcast is just brought to you in part by me and my friends getting on the thing, having a quick drink and relaxing. You know, every now and then we get some cool people on here and we get a couple of cool stories. But for the most part, man, it's just bullshit. And we're just up here talking. This is the main purpose of this is to just get back to a point where we don't have to feel filtered. The only filter I want to hear is on my microphone. I want to be able to just get up here and have conversation about things that most people aren't willing to have. So, man, I feel like we've been dancing around a lot of stuff, but man, bring it up. Put it in the comments. Let us know what you think. And we appreciate all the love. Bernie Dyke Podcast out.